Well, we're fortunate to have the Orange County Fire Authority join us on the program today, and with their new Public Information Officer, Steve Concialdi, will be joining us. And as you saw in the paper yesterday, we did have a fire recently, and fortunately 2 residents were taken out of their home, and fortunately somebody saw smoke coming out of that garage and saved them. Did you see that story yet?
I was on another incident, but
Yeah.
it was a great article in the paper and heroic efforts. Basically,
Absolutely.
somebody driving by, they took action
Yeah.
and they helped. So our firefighters made an aggressive attack and kept the fire contained to the garage.
You're kind of new to the PIO duties, but
Right.
you've actually been with the fire department for the last 24 years now.
Yes.
So what kind of differences do you see? You know, Laguna Woods is obviously an older demographic. In like yesterday's article in the paper, we had 2 90-year-old residents in that home who probably were asleep while the smoke was filling the room, you know. So it's a different demographic. Do you guys handle those kind of calls differently?
No, we're all professionals and we handle every call the same. Now, in Leisure World and in Laguna Woods, right now the heat's a main factor.
Right.
Orange County Health Agency put out a directive yesterday, just a heat advisory, because we've had excessive heat temperatures in the last week or so. And so we just want to remind the residents to stay hydrated, stay inside, stay cool, limit their activities, drink plenty of water.
Right. And even a lot of residents, what we found is that they may live on a fixed income, so they're not turning that air conditioner on, and they're suffering from heat exhaustion. Turn the air conditioning off, worry about the heating or the cooling bills a little bit later, but it's more important that they're comfortable and they're healthy and they're at home. And again, I've encouraged people, go to the mall, right? Go to cooler places
Exactly.
that you might be able to just read or get internet access, or a library. You know, City Hall is a great place, or even our community center to come and relax, just to cool off, right?
Exactly. The public library too, but we want them to go somewhere. Right now, this heat's going to extend into the weekend, so turn the AC on.
Right.
Or go to the public library, the community center, or the mall, like you said. But we want them to remain cool and not get overheated.
Right. Now, you had a campaign that was called Stand By Your Pan that had been going on for some time. Cooking hazards in our community are a little bit different as well. You know, you'll have people cooking and then they'll get a phone call or all of a sudden get attached to a program they're watching on television. But cooking hazards are really an issue no matter where we live.
Exactly. We see a lot of cooking fires, and most of the time it's unattended. They put something on the stove, they're making something, and they get distracted. Right. It might be a phone call, it might be a knock on the door from a neighbor or a delivery person, or they step outside and they get distracted. And we want all our residents just to be careful, and if you have something on the stove, watch it, and if you do have to go answer the door, answer the phone, shut it off, or do something, or just delay that for a while.
Absolutely. And that's why it's important too that people have smoke alarms, right?
Exactly. Smoke alarms save lives. We've had some recent fires, and the smoke alarms definitely have alerted residents. In Lake Forest, just it was Saturday morning, and there was an apartment complex just close by here, and the smoke alarms alerted a number of the residents. There were some of the residents where their smoke alarms weren't working because their batteries were out, but the ones that had batteries in alerted everybody else, and then our firefighters did an outstanding job of keeping the fire in check, and the Orange County Sheriff's deputies were able to help evacuate everybody out of that building and the surrounding buildings.
Right. And that's what's so important. And I'm curious to know if that person that had that fire here in our community had a smoke detector, because from what I understand, the passerbys were banging on the door and there was smoke coming out. So, you know, maybe their smoke detector, like you said, the batteries may not have been working properly, or the smoke alarm may not have been working properly. So it's so important that people check those things and do it, you know what, every 6 months or so.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, you wanted to talk about something too that's really important. Even though it's the end of summer, I believe a lot of kids are going back to school next week. We have kids come to our community swimming pools all the time as well. But to make sure that if you're watching grandchildren or children, that you're attentive to any kid that's possibly in a swimming pool or even the bathtub at times.
Exactly. We've had 55 drowning incidents since January 1st. 22 of those have been fatal here in Orange County. Children drown without a sound in just a few seconds. So we don't want to ever leave children unattended near any water.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing too, and it happens like that.
Exactly.
So, you know, and like you said, it's silent. You know, they just all of a sudden are gone and you're looking for them, and it's a terrifying feeling. I have small kids and they're just learning to swim now, so going to swimming pools are a very stressful situation, but you need to make sure that you're paying attention to those kids, and especially if you're watching them, you just need to stay on top of it.
Exactly, and they're attracted to the water.
Right.
They see water and they go right towards them. So we stress the ABCs of water safety: adult supervision, barriers, gates, locks, and then taking classes, CPR classes and water safety classes.
Absolutely. Now, I know you have a big event going on in Santa Ana this Sunday, and you wanted to encourage residents to come out and take a look.
Yeah, at Station 75 in Santa Ana this Sunday. It's a great event. It's in April of 2012, last year, Santa Ana Fire Department transitioned to the Orange County Fire Authority, and we're just reviving that tradition and showing what we're doing. We're all one, and the community is welcome to come out. We're going to have demonstrations and just a number of our units out there, and it's open to all the public.
Right, and that's going to be at 11 o'clock until about 3 o'clock, and that's at Fire Station 75. It's located at 120 West Walnut in Santa Ana. And that is one of your older fire stations, correct? It's one of the older ones in the county?
It is. Santa Ana has great tradition. It's been around for a number of years, and it's a great city, and so we're just welcoming all the residents, the citizens to come.
Right. Well, I know we're very fortunate to have Station 22 here in our area. I know those guys are one of the busiest stations in probably the country. They go on many calls, and they've had their firehouse, I think, renovated in the last 5 or 10 years.
Yes.
So we do appreciate their services, and they do serve the community of Laguna Woods and all of their efforts, and we appreciate that. Well, it's great to have you on the program today. We hope we see you regularly, and good luck with your new position.
Thank you, Paul.
That's Steve Concialdi, and he is the new Orange County Fire Authority's Public Information Officer. We urge you not only to call that phone number there, the 714-573-6200 number, if you have any questions regarding fire safety, but you can also check out their website, which is www.ocfa.org as well. We're going to be back to wrap up the program right after this.